Any questions on anything I've covered so far? Yeah?
So if one practices this technique, would they finish the logic game? Would they be able to have time left over? Or would it increase their speed and effectiveness in answering the questions, or would it just basically fit within the time frame that's allotted?
That's a great question. So not all games are of equal difficulty. Like I said, 845 is only an average. Some games should get down to 6-7 minutes. I know it sounds crazy, but it is possible. There are some game types that have just repeated again and again over the years. And if you can refine your understanding of those concepts, it can become very smooth. Then you have a time bank built up to apply to the tougher games that might appear elsewhere in the section. Like, anyone seen Legally Blonde here? Yes, you know that they have a scene where they have her working through a logic game with CDs that are new and used. That game is Test 31 Game 2, and it's one of the most difficult games ever. But there are actually many other games like it that have been administered over the years. They chose that one for the movie because it sounds so ridiculous and complex, but you can make it manageable by doing lots of games of those types, developing your understanding of the concepts, because they do repeat themselves. There's been at least 6 or 7 games like that, and I can actually list them for you if you like. So the CDs game is Test 31 Game 2, but there are many others just like it. Test 33 Game 2, which is the Birds in the Forest game. There's Test 36 Game 1, the Fruit Stand game. There's Test 45 Game 3, and there's Test 58 Game 2 with volunteers. Now, I also wrote my own logic game of that type on my website as well. But basically, you see they're just repeating the same concepts over and over throughout these games. If you do all of these, then this one won't be so bad in the end, even if it is a little bit harder, of course. They repeat themselves over time. There are patterns to this test. If you've only done 5 or 10 exams, you may not see the patterns, especially because you're just studying this for a month or 4 months or whatever it is. But someone like me, I've been doing this for 15 years now. For me, I've done these games enough. I've done them all like at least 20 times or more, so I can see the patterns and show them to you. That's really what my goal is to make them relatable. But you see, they span for over a 27 exam period, and there are even newer ones that are similar as well, but I don't want to spoil anything for you. But they repeat over time. There are patterns. On my website, the LSAT blog, I kind of break down things by category, by game type. I even have an article where I talk about 7 logic games that repeated over time. And this is just one category. There are 6 other categories where there are 2 games or more that are incredibly similar to each other. So if you do the older one, the newer one becomes easier and more manageable.